Because none of this really matters.
Really matters.
Because none of this.
All right.
Welcome back, guys.
Matters.
It's been a whole minute since we've seen you. And last week we talked about what did we talk about? Football movies. That was cool.
An hour of Marvel talk.
So there's already been football games for you guys that we don't know the results of. We're speaking from the past. Hold the door, if you know what I mean. All right. I didn't even watch Game of Thrones. I only seen that scene. But it was cool though. But now we're doing the 1999 draft.
Mm-hmm.
The movie draft was fun last time. It was our first time, so we're kind of getting used to it, getting the feel for it.
Yeah.
But I feel like this second time around, now it's just us three.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like now it'll be more fun because it's like less people, like less selections.
Yeah.
So it'll be kind of more exciting because there's like more of a chance to get the movies we want. And like the draft. Oh, we need to get the draft order, Rob.
Yes. I thought. It's three of us, but we'll do
the random selector. And 1999 is the year that we're doing. So that'll be fucking
for the 99
to 2000. But just 1999.
Just 99
from last time. That's crazy.
So it'll be fucking cool.
All right, here we go.
Who's going first? And going first is
Nate.
Oh, let's go! Oh my God!
I already know.
It's gonna be Amanda next.
Mendes goes next. Watch.
It's gonna be
Watch.
order.
Watch, and then Rob's gonna get the turn.
We gotta go again.
Wait, what do you mean?
It was Nate again.
Oh, yeah, all right.
There's only three of us, so it's really hard.
Yeah, so just get...
It's a gigantic...
It's going to be Menda, and then Rob's going to get the third. Watch. That's how it's going to be.
Yeah, we have to do it one more time.
Nate
Because
again?
It was Nate again.
You need to go get some scratchers.
Yeah.
Play the lottery.
I mean, I tried that shit last week. I spent $30 on scratchers.
The worst advice ever. You're being lucky. Go spend useless money. Rob's number 2, so...
Ooh, but Menda gets the back-to-back.
Yeah, you do.
But I have to wait to get my back-to-back picks. But anyways.
Actually sucks. I'm in the middle. Kind of, sort of.
I mean,
Really?
There's like a pro.
Both.
Yeah, there's a pro to every side.
All right, so Nate, you're up.
So with the first pick,
99s.
you know what I'm big in, Menda? All right, or let me go to my
Episode 76.
episode 76.
Movie draft.
1999 movie draft. And the first pick that I am getting is Eyes Wide Shut with Tom Cruise. That's my first.
For which category?
For drama.
Okay. Wasn't even my radar because I already knew.
So you guys are telling me I could have waited on that one?
Yeah.
Well, I'm picking Eyes Wide Shut.
Yeah.
I already knew.
I have to.
Everybody.
I have to.
Yeah.
Stanley Kubrick's last movie. He's never made a bad movie. And oh my God, I remember the first time. Have you guys ever seen Eyes Wide Shut? It's on Netflix, by the way. They just put it on Netflix
I just seen that.
a couple weeks ago. If you watch it, it takes course over one night.
Mm-hmm.
And it's with Nicole Kidman
Mm-hmm.
and Tom Cruise.
Okay.
In 1999. In 1999, Nicole Kidman
and Tom Cruise
were on top of the world.
That's why they were together.
So Stanley Kubrick, his vision, like his idea, was to make like a sexual erotic thriller with two of the biggest movie stars in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Which that's not what the movie is, but that's how it was marketed, because there's a whole bunch of mythology around the making of the movie. It took over a year to make this movie during filming because of how meticulous Stanley Kubrick is on all of his movies, but with this Eyes Wide Shut, it took over a year to shoot it, and it takes place in New York City. But towards the end of Stanley Kubrick's life, he was scared of flying, So they shot it all in London.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. Sorry, I just fucking zoned out for like half a second. So yeah, they shot it all in London, and with like set pieces that made it look like New York. But even when you watch it, you're like, but that's kind of the point, because this looks like New York, but at the same time, it looks like he's in like some fantasy world, which is the theme of the movie, that it's a wild fever dream where he's just kind of going deeper into a rabbit hole. And it's basically, the movie is about like Nicole Kidman confesses that like, oh, she had a sexual fantasy about another man in her dreams. She had a dream about having sex with another dude.
Mm-hmm.
And so Tom Cruise's character is like, what the fuck? Like, and goes off into the night.
Got butt hurt.
And he's like, how dare you?
Yeah.
And like tries to get it like a prostitute.
Damn.
And then he goes out to like this Christmas party. It's the beginning of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
They're getting ready to go to the party. They go to the party. He meets his old classmate that he went to medical school with.
Mm-hmm.
And his name is Nick Nightingale. I don't know why I remember that name.
Because it's cool.
Nick Nightingale.
Nick Nightingale. He's a piano player, and he's like, actually, I'm gonna play a piano at this party, out in the upstate or whatever. You should come.
Mm-hmm.
And so he goes, and he's like, all right, sounds good. And then while Tom Cruise is on his adventure, he goes to the party, and it's like this weird masked like orgy that they're having.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, once they call him out, and then in the middle of the party they call him out, they're like, remove your mask. And it's just like, and then it just gets weirder and weirder. And even to the last line, it's one of my favorite last lines of the movie, said by Nicole Kidman. I don't want to say it,
Mm-hmm.
but it's so worth it, because she says the line and then boom, it ends. And it's such and this is not a new thing that I'm saying for any Stanley Kubrick movie, but it's just so perfectly put together.
Mm-hmm.
And like, just like the things he runs into, the characters, you would think it's as if like a Coen Brothers movie, and how like absurd that comedy is.
Mm-hmm.
It's like if that was like a serious tone,
Okay.
you would be like, what the fuck?
Like,
It's just so weird. It's such a weird movie, but it's so, it says a lot. Like, there's undertone, obviously the whole like, this is what rich people do, like on their free time, they all get together and do these weird masked orgies. But like, Stanley Kubrick is Jewish, so like and it's also an adapted screenplay. It's not like an original thing. It's from like this old like novel, like novella, like that is about that. It's the same story,
Mm-hmm.
but it's about being Jewish, and like being, kind of, because when he's walking in the street, he gets like, oh, you're like, he gets like beat up or whatever. And then when he's at the party, it's kind of like a metaphor for like, they catch him that he's Jewish, like expose who you really are, kind of thing.
Oh, wow.
So there's like underlying themes, and that's, again, for every Kubrick movie, everything is on purpose.
Mm.
So like the layers that there is to his movies, it's so worth watching. Just like 2001: A Space Odyssey, one of my favorite movies of all time. It probably is the greatest movie ever made, 2001: A Space Odyssey, because of the philosophical, just like the existentialism of 2001: A Space Odyssey. It's so big, and how much, like I've said this before, like you could watch 2001 once every 5 years and get something new from it.
Yeah.
So Eyes Wide Shut is my Stanley Kubrick movie, first overall pick.
Okay.
I just wanted to, Eyes Wide Shut, I had to take it first.
It's like, what's that movie with Justin Long, where he like trips out with the day and he's at that party?
The Wave.
The Wave.
I never seen that.
Oh.
That's the one that made me cry.
All right. Rob is second.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Damn, I gotta wait a minute to fucking pick.
I'm going to pick my drama also, because I need this. And that is going to be The Green Mile.
Oh, Stephen King.
Damn.
Yeah, I had to.
Freaking Tom
Damn.
Hanks. R.I.P. What's his name?
Michael Clark Duncan.
Yes.
Mhm. The Green Mile's such a good fucking movie.
Long ass movie.
It's super
but
It's
long.
long,
Great
but
movie
it's good.
though.
But it's like,
Damn.
It goes. That's like.
Oh, buddy, from Hammer Tech, Iron Man 2.
Oh, I don't know.
He's in
The
everything.
bad guy.
Hold on, Justin Hammer. Hold on, I know who you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I know his name. That's the thing.
Yeah, you definitely know his name.
He was in 3 Billboards in Ebbing, Missouri. That movie. His name is Sam Rockwell.
Sam Rockwell.
We've talked about him before.
We
sure.
have. We
Yeah,
always
he's
talk
so
about him.
good.
Yeah.
He's in like some underrated movies, but like his performances are super good. I think Sam Rockwell is a super underrated actor.
Mm-hmm.
But like even him in Iron Man 2, when he's talking to Mickey Rourke,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
he's like, "I'll get you a bird." Like that. I just think that scene is so cool.
He's so funny
with his glasses.
But the Green Mile, that I was expecting that to go early. Not gonna lie, but fucking
Great movie.
great movie. I used to have that on DVD. I think I sold it back to Zia.
It's good.
It's super.
Tom
good.
Hanks.
That's like one of the cooler Tom Hanks roles. I feel like I really like that role for Tom Hanks.
Also one of the milder Stephen King movies.
Mm-hmm. It's unlike any other Stephen King.
Unlike any other Stephen King movie.
Very mild.
Actually, kind of positive.
Yeah. There's still some killing and all that, but
Yeah, I feel like in the Stephen King Hall of Fame of movies, like you know how we did for Tom Cruise, just like the not a top 10, but just a 10 Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think the Green Mile goes in there? Of like all
for Stephen King?
yeah,
Probably,
of like
yeah.
adapted
Yeah, yeah.
movies.
Yeah.
Because most people don't like Stephen. A lot of people are scared of his movies. That was the one movie they were like.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Watch it.
The best one is The Shining. Stanley Kubrick. I mean, Stephen King didn't even like The Shining.
Right.
He was like, that's not what
even
it's my book is about. Until Dr. Sleep came out, and they're like, that's what the book was about. But
Dr. Sleep was fire.
I loved Dr. Sleep. Me and Titi watched that together. I was like, damn, I was expecting not to like it. I was like, why are you touching like this story at all? Like Kubrick did it, almost made it untouchable, where it's like he took Dr. Sleep, the book, and just flipped it up to where no one could touch it again.
Right.
But then they actually made a sequel to The Shining.
Which it's been just The Shining is The Shining. It
Yeah.
forever will be The Shining.
Yeah.
And almost every scene can be adaptable in other random movies or seen in other
For
movies.
sure.
See 'em all. Ready Player One.
Ready
they had
Player
the
One.
Whole hallway scene.
Perfect example.
The Shining,
Exactly
there's
what I
so
was
like
thinking
The
in my head.
Simpsons and just the way they redo it's like iconic.
Yeah.
The Shining is
Yeah.
one of the best like horror movies ever. Top 5 of all time. Any decade, any era. Just
like
The Shining.
Harry Potter with the maze.
Just the
outdoor maze.
exactly. Just like the fact that like Stanley Kubrick decided to make a horror movie. People were just like, wow, what the fuck? Because he never even touched that era, like genre at all. But because some of his movies were already like scary, but not in a horror sense. But like, you know, Doctor Strangelove in a way is like a comedy,
Right.
but it can also be scary because of how like the stakes that are at hand. But 2001: Space Odyssey can be scary because of, you know, HAL 9000 and like just I don't know, but like the fact that
intensity.
The unknown of it all.
and Kubrick going in on, you know, I mean Barry Lyndon, another movie he made about essentially like a psychopath or a sociopath, that can be scary as well. But like him actually doing a horror, like no, like just obviously blatantly a horror movie, and being effective, and how many layers there are to his movie. I think out of Stephen King movies, The Green Mile is in there,
Yeah.
but also The Shining. It's like 2 of my favorites. But pick number 3.
Number 3.
Oh, you took that in drama, Rob?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna do my Blockbuster
Okay.
because I gotta
Wait.
get it out the gate.
I
What
know
did-
you about to do it.
Wait.
I know it.
Star Wars Episode 1.
Okay.
I thought you was gonna do something else. All right. Cool,
Okay,
cool,
I'm
cool,
not even
cool,
gonna
cool.
say another movie.
Yeah, I'm not saying shit else. I'm not
'cause
saying
I
shit
know
else.
Oh, but
Rob-
you're going back to back.
Yeah.
Okay, go, Menda. We're okay. Talk on Star Wars Phantom Menace because we could go in on Phantom Menace.
Phantom Menace was
That
the.
shut the fuck up.
Ain't nobody say ask you shit, ho.
Did you hear my mom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually have Full Metal Jacket. That has nothing to do. I thought I had a the only Stanley Kubrick movie I have right there on VHS.
Star Wars Phantom Menace.
Phantom Menace, fire.
Okay, first of all,
That's George
stats,
Lucas's.
because that's for Blockbuster. 475 million
killed
U.S. box office. Over 1 billion worldwide.
worldwide. That in '99.
99.
So you adjust that for today's price.
Yeah. I don't know how many times I've watched it,
So
like more than I can count on my hands.
They did all that before Disney.
Exactly. I mean, just the storyline,
the origin.
the origin story,
The poster was
Queen
cool.
He wrote this
Amidala.
already, didn't he? He wrote this when he
Mhm.
wrote 4, 5, and 6.
He wrote, yeah, he had the whole character. He had,
oh my gosh.
but yeah, this was, and this I talked about. I think we were talking about Spielberg or some shit, but we were talking about Star Wars, and this is the first time George Lucas directed a Star Wars movie since the first one,
Mm-hmm.
because he gave Empire Strikes Back to someone else, and he gave Return of the Jedi to someone else. But like George Lucas, this is his first movie he directed since Star Wars. Because after
Yeah.
Star Wars, he didn't make another movie. He was just writing and like conceptualizing because of the Indiana Jones, and like just anything he was doing with the light and magic
Mhm.
shit. And but George Lucas coming back,
Busy.
and he was like pushing it, like the confines of like filmmaking.
Yeah.
Obviously, like my favorite part of this is episode 2, but Attack of the Clones, when the planet, it's one of my favorite things in Star Wars is the planet that's all city.
Yes.
Yes.
I think that's one of my favorite things I've ever seen in a Star Wars movie was in episode 2. But in episode 1, he bringing back like George Lucas actually directing and being like, okay, we're doing the original trilogy,
Mm-hmm.
or the prequels, and then like the John Williams score, the Duel of Fates, the dun, 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 that score is
If you
insane.
play Battlefront 2, every time you pick Darth Maul, that plays in the background.
Yep.
The Duel of Fates, that's my favorite score, like song in a soundtrack ever. Duel of Fates, it's so fucking
Yeah.
good.
Darth Maul, I mean, just his character alone,
Mm-hmm.
like, pushed everything.
Mm-hmm.
Queen Amidala, and then, of course, Anakin, little
Little
baby,
Anakin.
baby
Like,
Anakin.
Double-sided lightsaber.
You're like, bruh.
You're like, he's about to
He-
kill everybody.
Yeah.
And he does
He's a.
but like seeing him at the beginning
In
of
the
the movie
trailer, just like
with
see
the cape,
Yep.
when you see him with the hooded and he's like tracking down Anakin.
Mm-hmm.
I think that part, and then also Liam Neeson as
Right.
Qui-Gon Jinn, like that changed my life. His role changed my life
Yep.
for real.
Yep.
I have such a big connection with Phantom Menace in general
Mm-hmm.
because of the part when he's fighting Darth Maul.
Yep.
And like when you remember which is another cool concept, the laser walls, and they go up like every 30 seconds.
Yep.
30 seconds up and then 30 seconds down. There was when they were fighting and then they
Mhm.
were on opposite sides, when Qui-Gon Jinn got down on his knees and like took
He
a
was
deep
like-
breath and he was like about to go into battle, and this dude just gets on his knees and closes his eyes. That
That's
stuck with me for the rest of my life.
Yep.
I was like in the heat of the moment, he was like, I need to,
still lost.
mm-hmm.
but still the fact that he did it.
It's fact that he did. I think that's why I was upset. I was like, man, you did all that, and you still lost. That was so fucking cool. That was such a badass, like I'm
Yeah.
a master Jedi move.
But
Yeah.
it was for the greater good.
Yeah. And I think he passed on to Obi-Wan
Of course.
They said he was.
Of
I
course.
think they said Qui-Gon is probably he's like top 4 or 5 most powerful Jedi like
Yeah,
ever.
there's like a
They were
like
like-
next to Yoda.
Yeah, it was like he's up there because he taught Yoda how to do the I can speak to you
Like-
from the dead thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then that was good.
He's a great force user, what they call
The
him.
prequels are really good, especially Phantom Menace,
Right.
because when you get a sense of like Yoda,
Yep. Yoda.
seeing Anakin and being like, I don't like you realize since the beginning, Yoda was like, I don't really fuck with Anakin
Right.
for real.
Right.
Like,
You had like Obi-Wan. Like this is all you. This is your
But,
man's right
but
here.
Qui-Gon was the real one because he knew. He was like, this has to happen because y'all have gone too far into your dogma and your beliefs.
Mhm.
You've gone too far, and then the Sith have gone too far. Like this guy
he was that like actual seeing it as it is.
Yes, yes.
And being like, Anakin needs to come up
Yeah.
with somehow.
Yeah,
Then he ended up
care. Yeah,
ended up having to choose a side.
Yeah.
Because the whole time he was in between because he was getting neglected by, the Force.
Mm-hmm. And then seeing like how he like seeing Anakin as a child and being like, he's smart as fuck.
Yeah, and then being
Like,
but
prodigy.
also, just watching the first one, you're like, how does he end up being Darth Vader? Like,
Exactly.
so it's like you're like, I guess watching when you rewatch episode 1, 2, and 3, you're like, he's about to be on a full, turn as a character, and it's super cool seeing little kid Anakin. Also, the pod racing.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite scenes.
made so many games after that.
Yeah, the N64 game they made.
And they had there was an arcade version of that.
That's
you could
cool.
Do the
Oh, the actual things.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Yeah, the pod. Phantom Menace,
Great.
Blockbuster, probably the biggest movie of the year, one of the biggest.
Mm-hmm.
Your second pick, or your second pick.
Okay, so that was my Blockbuster one. My second pick, I'm gonna do.
What category?
I'm gonna do drama.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do Boys Don't Cry.
nice.
Wow,
Nice.
Hilary Swank.
Yeah.
Hilary Swank. That movie that changed
That's
my life.
crazy.
That movie, I was like, whoo! I didn't know what was going on. That was my first I ever saw.
Yeah. So watching it, of course,
wild.
It was
when you're like
nuts.
10, when you're like 10, 11,
Yeah.
I'm like, bruh, I don't know what's going on, but the shit is fucked
This
up.
is not cool.
I
Yeah.
know it's not right.
Right.
Seeing like I saw the Butterfly Effect when I was a little
Yeah.
kid, and I was like,
What's going on?
yeah, I was like, I just know the vibes are
Like,
not
right, the
It
vibes
makes
are
me
not
feel
right.
uncomfortable.
Yeah, you're like, no, it's
like
not
this
it.
dude got fucking.
Rewatching it as I got older, I was like,
It's actually really powerful.
this
Moving.
movie
Yeah.
is way before its time.
Yeah. Watching it now, I'm sure.
Watching it now is like, it's still relevant.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah, but it's way more acceptable now. It's like way more like.
But in '99,
oh, I think that movie really changed my
Worse
outlook
than-
on lesbians. I was like, she just wants to be a. She just
I
wants
feel
to be
like
a
that
little
movie-
boy.
Mm-hmm.
like, got shadow banned in relative
Oh, yeah.
relating
Oh, yeah.
to Brokeback Mountain.
Mm-hmm.
Because at least Brokeback Mountain received hate, but it's like I feel like Boys Don't Cry.
Like, shove that down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it was like, this shit happens all the fucking time.
Dude's just hating on her because
Yeah.
he wanted to be a boy.
Yeah.
Like what?
Yeah.
And it was just very,
That's a good
very
pick.
powerful. Hilary Swank, of course,
Mhm.
just great.
Did she get nominated for anything? I feel like.
Yeah, she did.
Oh,
She got for Best Actress.
nice.
And she won, I think. I think she was a winner.
That movie.
But you got that in
haven't
But I
watched
got, but I
movie
got that
since
in
then.
drama. Yeah.
I
Okay.
haven't watched that movie since I saw that first.
Yeah, I feel like it's one of those movies because there are a lot where they're great movies, but you only need to see
only
them
need-
once.
That when you're older and you understand, it can be a one and done.
Mm-hmm.
I think I
Because-
might watch it since I haven't seen it since I
Yeah,
was like
since you were
12.
little.
I was like
Yeah.
12 or
Just like
11,
see
yeah.
what they were really saying.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's like,
because when you're young, there's just the parts that stick out, and the scene is like that's the only thing. And I just remember
yeah,
feeling
like
so bad. I wanted to fight for her.
Yeah.
there's that movie
Yeah.
Irreversible, about the girl being. I saw that and it was one of the best movies I've ever seen. Like one of the best editing I've ever seen in a movie. It was so good, but there was like the 10-minute scene. It's 10 minutes long, and I remember.
Trigger warning, everybody. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
For a podcast. Trigger warning, everyone.
And Gaspar Noé, the director, he received so much hate. He was like, "Why would you make it that long? Like, why would you just show?" He was like, "What do you want me to do? Like, make it look good,
Right.
or like shorten it and make it
Right.
easy to watch?"
Right.
And
When from a victim's perspective,
That's
that
the
shit is
longest 10 minutes.
the long. Right. Exactly.
And I remember I saw it, and I was like, my jaw dropped. I didn't even know what it was about. I was going into it, just watching it, because I love Gaspar Noé. I love all of his movies, but that's one I never seen before, and I threw it on, and I was home alone. Thank God, I was home alone, and I was like, when that scene started, I caught myself, like my jaw was. Like I was like that for like the entire scene.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is it was rough. It was so rough. And then, there's one of those movies like Boys Don't Cry where it's like you see it once and you're like, okay.
Yeah, I'm good.
It's great, but it's like it takes a lot if you
Yeah.
to want to see that again.
I think as a kid, even you understand like I think I was crying at that point, and then even rewatching it, you're like, I'm just in full tears because you see it from the story from the beginning.
Yeah,
like Hilary Swank and the character like has to leave home in order to be this person, and
small town,
right? Making a whole life, and then it's like I have to hide who I am and all of this stuff, and then
you meet this person,
right,
who just wants you to be yourself. But everybody wants her.
Right. And then there's some hating ass people in
That's
the world.
I think that's the part I remember. And that's
people.
the one thing. The beyond, there was all of the overarching thing was just hate. I remember that being like, y'all just hating on her. Like, you just treat her like shit. And she just walked in the room and y'all trying to like beat her ass and shit. And you drugging her and getting her drunk and shit. It's like, I remember thinking even as a kid, like, y'all niggas is like, haters, bro. This is wild.
Yeah.
She ain't do shit to you. She was
That's
trying
like
to be your friend. She was trying to be cool with y'all. And y'all just like, fuck you.
Yeah, it's like watching 42, and you're like, what's the deal? Like,
Bruh.
Nigga just walk on the field, and it's like, fuck you. It's like, whoa.
But that's
Can't
just
do
real.
nothing.
And that's the part where you be like, niggas really do be out here, and it's only gotten worse over the years.
Yeah, and
in America.
that's the crazy part.
It's only gotten worse.
But yeah, Boys Don't Cry and Phantom Menace. That's drama and Blockbuster. Okay.
Yep.
All right, so I'm going to do Blockbuster because I was afraid she was going to take it, and I got to do the Mummy.
I know.
Oh,
I got to do the
saved
Mummy.
it.
That's what I thought she was
I
going
thought
to
you was
take.
going to say it too. I was like, I got to take it before
I
somebody
was,
say it.
but that was like
Damn, the Mummy.
the Mummy.
The Mummy,
The
boy?
Mummy is one of my top favorite movies ever.
Of all time.
When you talking about you
Ever.
can put it on and watch the whole thing any time,
Ever.
Shout
or
out
just
Brendan.
skip to any part in the movie you feel like, I'm just going to skip to the
Shout
Yep.
out Brendan Fraser.
Shout out Brendan Fraser.
I get to the Mummy rising now. I just be like, let's get to him
Yeah,
coming
yeah.
back.
Yeah.
And
Because-
then it's,
Because in The Rock is the reason Brendan Fraser fell off.
Because they were like, you're not him no more,
Mm-hmm.
guy.
You're not the
that
adventurer.
guy.
You're not the adventurer, buff. Not even buff, but like
He was big,
solid,
though, yeah.
big dude. You know.
But
He was
Brendan,
Ben Affleck school. He was like that. They weren't. None of those guys are like The Rock.
No.
yeah, The Rock
No.
was a Scorpion King.
After Gridiron Gang, he was like, "This is me."
Yeah, it was like Scorpion
I'm
King,
an
The
actor.
Rundown, Walking Tall, Gridiron Gang. Like
And he's been nonstop. Literally, you could just literally keep naming
Yeah.
movies, and it'll be like The Rock, The Rock, The Rock,
Yeah.
The Rock.
But Brendan Fraser kind of got stuff
He
down.
talks about that a little bit because he's Cliff Steele on Doom Patrol, and he actually
Which is
speaks
great.
about his blacklisting in Hollywood. He said he doesn't know what happened. So now you're saying that he was like,
Yeah.
I had no idea. So I just stopped getting.
Yeah, it's because of The Rock. He was getting like all the movies that Brendan Fraser would have been in.
Probably was cheaper too.
Mhm.
Right. Because you
And-
think about Brendan
But-
Fraser
but,
and like
but now Brendan Fraser's coming back.
Yeah, he has to.
What's wild is that Brendan Fraser did Journey to the Center of the Earth, and then The Rock did Journey to the Center of the Earth too. Like, what?
Isn't that fucked up? Now that you mention that, Brendan Fraser would have been great in Escape to Witch Mountain.
Wouldn't he?
Like, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, he would have been 10 times funnier.
That was not like a Rock movie for real.
He's not a babysitter type guy.
That's Vin Diesel, pacifier.
Yes.
Right.
They were trying to get the same type of person, but
The Rock's like, no, I'm bigger than this. And he's fucking Black Adam.
Fucking Black Adam.
But Brendan Fraser is making a comeback. He's going to be in a movie called The Whale this year, by Darren Aronofsky.
Yes.
The guy Darren Aronofsky did Black Swan and The Wrestler, and he also made The Fountain. And he did. Darren Aronofsky's a fucking.
You almost made me start crying when you said that. I felt the movie flash in my head, and I almost started crying.
And Darren Aronofsky's gonna make The Whale, with Brendan Fraser. Yeah. So and Brendan Fraser is gonna be in Killers of the Flower Moon, was in Scorsese's new movie.
Bring back Brendan Fraser.
And Brendan Fraser is as big as he wants to be in The Whale.
And The Whale, yeah, he gained weight.
He gained more weight.
Because it's about...
That's why he's fat in Doom Patrol.
Yeah, because he's gaining weight for The Whale it's about... The movie's about like a 600-pound dude that's trying to rekindle a relationship with his daughter. Mm-hmm. But he's gained...
He was like, I'll get you guys halfway there for the prosthetics. You don't have to do all that.
But he was like, I'm cool.
I think he's going for an Oscar, though.
Of course. Ain't nobody gaining or losing weight for no reason, okay?
Like Christian Bale.
50 Cent. Did 50 Cent even do good in that movie?
That's a terrible movie.
He didn't even get
no
type of nothing.
He got a picture on social media.
Yeah, he got
of people making fun of him.
That's a meme now.
Yeah.
What was it about? He had cancer or something?
Yeah.
He was like a football player that got sick.
I think I actually did see that movie. And I remember
that's actually a football movie.
I remember seeing that movie. Yeah, I don't remember shit about that movie.
Yeah, no one he tried it, but he made Get Rich or Die Trying and was like, all right, I'm gonna try to.
The Mummy, man.
The Mummy
ain't never seen no shit like that ever.
No one hates The Mummy.
And again, one of the greatest ride spinoffs ever in life is The Mummy ride at Universal Studios.
For sure.
We went to Universal Studios in '99, mind you. So when we showed up, this was like
the biggest shit in the world.
Prime Mummy time. We bought a plate with the Mummy on it. It's like you can buy like a dinner set. I got a Marvel plate back then.
Dang.
Yo, that's why I want to go to Universal Studios so bad. I have not been back since.
And then Tom Cruise tried to do that.
We have been.
That new one.
That one, that's the only part I like about that one is when Russell Crowe gets underneath Tom Cruise's ribs. He gets underneath his ribs.
I remember you telling me about that.
He's like, huh, and he picks him up, and then he just throws him.
That makes my fucking stomach
also hurt. Knew when I seen the movie, I was like, immediate girl crush. I was like, I might be questionable at 9 years old.
You talking about fucking
what's her name? Rachel Weisz.
Rachel Weisz.
When you talking about somebody gorgeous.
Oh, and then what about the girl?
Her name was Evelyn.
Let me see.
When she does when she used to,
yeah,
she would do that. You'd be like, oh,
I was
man.
like, if I have a daughter, her name's gonna be
Patricia Velasquez, the girl who plays the
A Knocks on
the Moon.
Yeah.
You talking about somebody fine?
Yep.
Right there.
And then comes back.
And it comes back. I said, they brought A Knocks on the Moon back for the whole movie this time. They was like, somebody said, bring your fine ass back.
Yeah. The Mummy returns.
Great cast. Also,
Old Buddy,
and I think if you were to say like
when he does that, when he gets the thing out the wall,
babe.
I think if you were to get like top 5 blockbusters of all time or top 10, The Mummy's on there.
The Mummy's on there.
Has to be.
Let me see.
You put that back out in movie theaters right now. I'll go watch it,
dude.
The Mummy made 155 million plus.
Solid.
And 415 million worldwide.
That's crazy.
Star Wars is unfair because it already had something to build off
Star
of.
Wars.
Yeah.
But as a start of a franchise,
415 milli.
Come on now.
All right, my pick. I'm going back to back, so I'm gonna pick my blockbuster, and I'm gonna choose The Matrix.
Nice.
And I have to.
I was hard. It was hard not to.
That's because when you said Blockbuster, I was like, "There's the big three.
Yep.
There's a.
There's The Mummy, there's Phantom Menace, and then there's The Matrix."
And the franchise.
My life would be nothing without those 3 movies.
The Matrix. That's one of those movies. That's revolutionary.
Cracked an entire generation's skull open. Multiple generations it cracked their skull
I saw
open.
that movie this past December when the new one came out. They put the original in theaters like weeks before the new one came out, and I saw it in IMAX, and that movie is like The Matrix. It still holds up.
Oh yeah, I mean, just the iconic like, oh, The Matrix. Oh, I'm doing The Matrix. Like,
Yeah,
it's turned into a
phenomenon,
just a whole thing in itself.
and
Neo.
like, and obviously the levels, the symbolism, the everything about it
before you even knew what the fuck was going on.
It's just like
It was a cool action movie before I was woke.
yeah,
It was the Wachowskis before the Wachowskis.
yeah. The Wachowski
Talk about
sisters.
Boys Don't Cry. Now sisters. Wild.
And this was in '99 when this like symbolism and the layers to the Matrix wasn't. It's not like you could go on the internet and look up like simulacra and simulation.
No.
Like you had to like find the books.
You had to be the
And
people who was already in on that kind of shit.
yeah, you had to
Exactly.
be weird, quote
Yeah.
unquote.
Even the computer part of it threw you off because it was still fairly new computer.
Yeah,
was
no one
still
knew how to
fairly new.
use a computer for
They were
real.
like the internet.
And you were like, you're a hacker.
Exactly. They were like, oh, you're fucking weird. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
it was still like to that level.
But you look like you stink when you're a hacker.
But if you were a hacker at the very beginning
Yeah,
of internet,
yeah.
They were emo. They were the original. They're not original emos, but they were like their way to.
They were like the goth.
the
yes,
gamer.
yes. That entire movie is like hacker.
Yeah,
esque.
that's
That
started
vibe,
it all.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then Grandma's Boy.
Playing the fucking Aphex Twin.
You know he's better than you. You know he's
No,
right.
he's not. Shut up. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So gross 172 plus million.
Yeah. The Matrix.
Worldwide 467 plus.
That's till this date?
million.
Or that was just at the time of
That's
opening.
box
Yeah, what does it
office.
say opening weekend?
Opening weekend 27 plus million. That was April 4th,
In 1999, because movie tickets were still $3 back then, $5.
Exactly.
That's
Exactly.
like triple
You can
that.
make a quick
Triple
100
that.
mil now.
Mm-hmm. So let's see.
When tickets are fucking $17, you can make a quick meal.
Opening weekend 24 million.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
So
in 99.
if $1 in 1999 is about $1.80 today.
Damn near double.
Yeah. So
It
what would
would
that
have
be?
500.
That'd be like 50 million.
Yeah.
Oh, you said
Box
27,
office?
54 million. That would have been 54 million opening weekend.
Opening weekend.
Just opening
Wild.
weekend, half of what you need to be a blockbuster.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Opening weekend.
And that came out in April,
April.
beginning of the year. Damn. And then
And I'm
also,
sure that shit was in theaters till October.
Yeah, because back then movies would just stay in the theater.
yeah, you didn't have no streaming to go
Right.
to.
Yeah, it's like, if we're going to keep it here till people stop
Like
coming.
DVDs
Right.
were just like starting for real
Mhm.
in the
Until
90s.
it got till the $3 movies 2 years later.
Mhm.
It was like, oh, $3, I'm gonna go see this shit. It's
All
been
right,
out.
so I got my blockbuster, The Matrix.
Yes.
And now I'm gonna get. I already got my drama. Eyes
Mhm.
Wide Shut. Oscar nomination. I'm gonna take Paul Thomas Anderson's Magnolia.
Knew it.
I have to.
Knew it.
Another Tom Cruise.
It wasn't even on my
I
radar.
was like, it's not even on there.
Also, Tom Cruise.
99 was Tom Cruise's year. The two best movies he's ever made, in my eyes. Paul Thomas
Right,
Anderson.
because we talked about this.
Magnolia is such. It's almost not good because of how much Paul Thomas Anderson was trying to do. Because he made Hard Eight with John C. Reilly, Gwyneth Paltrow, Samuel Jackson,
Mm-hmm.
and Philip Baker Hall. Hard Eight, it was his first movie. It was a very solid movie. It was kind of just him almost in a way practicing making a movie. But then he made Boogie Nights, his second movie, which is obviously my favorite movie of all time.
Yep.
But I love
Marky
Boogie
Mark.
Nights. I love Boogie Nights so much. And then Magnolia, after the success of Boogie Nights, Magnolia, he got fucking, who's in that movie? Tom Cruise. He had what's her name with the red hair? Julianne Moore.
Mm-hmm.
He had
Probably why you love her still.
yes, that's one of the Tom Cruise, Melinda Dillon, Philip Baker Hall again, Philip Seymour Hoffman,
Of course.
Alfred Molina, William H. Macy. Just a lot of like really good theater actors. Like Philip Seymour Hoffman has a great fucking performance in here.
Yeah. William Macy.
Mm-hmm. He's funny. He's in a lot of
Alfred Molina.
yeah.
Louis Guzman. Orlando Jones was in there.
Mm-hmm.
You said Felicity Huffman, did you?
Philip Seymour Hoffman?
Yeah, Patton Oswalt. No, Felicity Huffman.
Oh no. That sounded like you were trying to say Philip Seymour Hoffman.
No, Patton Oswalt was in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was really good, and it's a big story. It all takes place in the span of one day. It's a 3-hour movie, but it takes the span of one day, and it's basically about like fate and like coincidence almost. And I guess the duality of that, the polar opposite, the polarity of that,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know. It's thought provoking because it's how these like it's 5 different stories. And then how these completely different people in completely different scenarios and what they're going through kind of just all end up connecting across. And by the end of the movie, I'm just going to say, like, it's a spoiler, but fuck it. I don't care.
89 people.
It's a great movie. Go watch it. Cut it off. Skip like 30 seconds if you don't want to. But it like ends up raining frogs in the movie because of how wild this shit is. And it's just almost by the end of the movie, you're so like wrapped up in it that you're like, what the fuck is this? And it's just so effective. And John C. Reilly is kind of tapping into more into his comedic roles in this because he plays like almost like a socially awkward, neurotic kind of cop. But it's really cool. Magnolia is a really high concept movie, and like you either hate it or you love it kind
It's
of
like
movie.
a psychedelic crash.
In a way, yeah, just like that, or a coked out crash.
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
say.
That shit.
Because of how high concept, even
Yeah.
when after Magnolia, which was made in 1999 or released in 1999, I should say, Paul Thomas Anderson went to was on the set of Eyes Wide Shut to meet Tom Cruise, and then that's where he met Kubrick, and then like it was just funny how everything, even like the movie Magnolia, how everything plays out.
Yeah.
But like when he met Stanley Kubrick, he was he wasn't complaining. He was just asking him like the size of his crew.
Mm-hmm.
He was just like, because Stanley Kubrick only had like 10 people, 15 people working on the movie, which in a movie you need like 40 or 50 or 60 people on a crew.
Mm-hmm.
But Kubrick had like 10 or 15 or some shit like that. And then he was like, how come you have only this many people? And Kubrick was like, well, how many do you need?
Right.
And then Paul Thomas Anderson was like a fucking 100.
I was Googling it. That's a real thing, raining frogs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was like, they literally said just like the movie Magnolia is just like that.
Mm-hmm.
They said it happens just like the way it happens in Magnolia.
Yeah. It was the symbolism is like a form of reckoning.
Yeah.
It's like because it's a plague
Wake
in the
up call.
Bible.
Yeah. And literally when he went to Little Nicky to go meet Adam Sandler, he wanted to make Punch Drunk Love, which was PTA's next movie.
Mm-hmm.
And Quentin Tarantino also went there on set to meet Adam Sandler because Adam Sandler, if you didn't know, was supposed to be the Bear Jew in Inglourious Bastards. That was the original casting, but it ended up being Eli Roth. But because he just wanted a Jewish person to be the Bear Jew, so he was like, Adam Sandler, let me get the fucking most popular Jewish person ever. But Adam Sandler, Quentin Tarantino, and Paul Thomas Anderson ran into each other, and they're like, what are you doing here? And they're like, I'm here to see Adam Sandler. He's like, wait, I'm supposed to be Adam Sandler. And so they were like basically fighting to meet Adam Sandler, and he ended up doing, while he was shooting Little Nicky, after he did Punch Drunk Love, and after PTA and Sandler talked to each other, Adam Sandler watched Magnolia after shooting. He saw Magnolia and called PTA, and he was like, buddy, we're not planning on making anything like this, right?
He was like, no, I got.
He was like, no,
better for
trust
you."
me. And I actually watched Punch Drunk Love with Tatiana, and Tatiana loved it. She was like, this is one of the best movies you've shown me. But because the first movie I ever showed Tatiana was Good Time, so I'm sure the span of movies I actually showed her, like in the beginning of our relationship, I showed her Training Day. She's never seen that, and so I was just showing her all like the cool movies. But we watched Punch Drunk Love not too long ago, and that movie is just fucking flawless. I love that movie so much. But Magnolia is my pick. And so The Matrix, Blockbuster, and Magnolia, Oscar nomination. My two picks. All right. Rob, sorry, I just had to. I'm getting my shit off in this.
No, please. I'm looking for Zoe's case, so please continue.
You did your drama and Blockbuster?
Yeah.
Yes, I did. I am on. I think I'm gonna do my horror comedy, and that will be. See, I had a choice, but then I changed my life.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
That's great.
That's definitely Rob's movie.
Yeah.
When I think of life, I think of Rob for sure.
Life.
Doesn't that movie has like a deep ending? Doesn't it?
Cornbread?
No, it's a funny ending.
Scene.
It's a deep ending where you're like, oh shit, but then you see the actual ending, you're like, ha.
I haven't seen that movie since you were watching it in the van.
Yeah, because I got it on DVD.
Mm-hmm.
I used to smoke in there and watch Life. You gonna eat your cornbread? I'm gonna eat my motherfucking cornbread. You talking to me?
But
Prime Eddie Murphy. That's like Eddie Murphy. Not downfall, but it was definitely like when he was still here. But he probably was just making too much money at the time. Him and Martin Lawrence, fresh off of like what?
And that was Martin Lawrence coming up all the way up, like in the stratosphere.
And then Life won for best makeup and hairstyling for like the prosthetic.
Yeah, when they had the
prosthetic
old.
When they're old.
Oh, when they're old. I thought you meant because they look like slaves so well. Them motherfuckers look like slaves. They look like they belong there.
It was working in that.
Tell them about the gun line, boss.
Babe, one of my favorite lines in a movie.
What, tell them about the gun line, boss?
No, I'm the pappy.
Out of baby.
Yeah, fucking R.I.P. Bernie Mac.
Bernie Mac.
Can't get right.
Can't get right.
One of the greatest.
It's a great movie.
Life is hilarious. That was a good pick.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that, to be honest, but that's a good pick.
I thought I was going to pick Blue Streak. I knew it was Martin Lawrence, but I saw Life.
Blue Streak,
though.
I've seen that one a million times. I've seen that one. It was Blue Streak, Nothing to Lose, and National Security.
I got this.
Luke Wilson, when he was like, I got this.
Luke Wilson. He was like, and all that. He said something ebonically. Right. He was like, what the fuck did he say?
Fuck.
God damn it.
He was like, I got this.
No, he said something else. He was like, keeping it real. Some shit like that. He said something like that.
I don't know, but he's hilarious. And he's like, officer, I got your pizza.
Yeah, when he's dancing.
Oh.
And the dude, when he has the cream on his hand, he was like,
He's with just shake his hand. Give me that. There was a good story too, though, just with the diamond and him trying to get the damn
I love
diamond.
Blue Streak is.
And the bad guy.
That movie is nostalgic for me. Yeah, because like that being on a Saturday morning while mom's cleaning, and I'm like 4 years old, and I'm just like watching Martin Lawrence. A good day. Just like it was always a Martin Lawrence movie on all the time.
Always.
And that was you picked Life.
Yeah, comedy.
And then Menda has the back-to-back picks.
Yeah.
Damn.
And then
Menda's about to pick the fucking rest of the movies.
Right.
All right. Oscar nom?
So I'm gonna do my Oscar nominee because my horror comedy. That's why I said I was like, we need two different ones. Because oh my god, there's so many.
I feel like I know what you're gonna pick. Go. Oscar nominee.
Oscar nominee is Sleepy Hollow.
Oh,
nice.
Okay.
I love that.
What was that nominated for?
Production.
Production
and
design?
it won.
Nice. Tim Burton.
Yep.
The whole aesthetic of it was very.
I love it.
Just dark and foggy.
Go back and listen to our Tim Burton episode back in October, right?
Yeah.
Last October. Damn, that was a long ass time ago.
Last October.
That was almost last year.
The Headless Horseman.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
when he fucking kisses her, but he didn't really kiss her. He was, I'm gonna bite your fucking tongue out of your mouth. There's just blood.
Great.
That's a
running
good
out of
Halloween.
her.
that's a great movie.
When he's kissing her and just blood running down the side of
I
her
think
mouth.
like that goes into like the Tim Burton spooky vibes. Like it's so perfect.
Major spooky vibes.
Yeah, that's a good pick for horror. That's
For
like
horror.
I don't know. It's just Tim Burton has his own place in horror because it's not even horror. It's just like
it's an aesthetic of horror.
Yeah,
because
he has his own. That's
it's
what,
his own lane.
Yeah,
It's his own thing.
No one can copy it. If you try to copy it, people will call it out. It's like like they say with Wu-Tang. Like if you try to copy their flow, they're gonna call you out. And they're gonna be like, you're copying like Wu-Tang style. But Tim Burton. If you try to
Tim Burton.
It's just Tim Burton.
Forever.
Yeah.
So that's my Oscar nominee.
Mm-hmm.
Is Sleepy Hollow for best production and as a winner.
Nice.
I did have The Matrix though for my Oscar. They won for
best visual
sound.
effects. Oh, best sound and best visual effects.
Mm-hmm.
Because of that, purely because of the bending down scene, the bending backwards. That
bullets.
scene alone won best visual effects. Because they set up like 30 cameras and just went like that and took 30 pictures. And then like faded it all together.
Great.
And
It's
then
great. It's a great scene that forever iconic.
and then the
scene.
sound design, obviously.
I remember there was an article about that when they were like that scene cost like at the time
It
was
took like a week
ridiculously-
to make.
Yeah, it was a ridiculously expensive scene.
Now
back
you
then.
can fucking
But-
have cameras
but
and
how-
shit at your party that go 360.
Yeah, how worth it
Bruh.
is that shot?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They spent a week trying to get one. How long was that? 10 seconds?
10
If
seconds.
that. The spin around part, maybe 3 seconds. It's like whoosh. The slow down, maybe 7 seconds.
because the zoom in on him as the bullets are
Yeah.
flying at him when he's bent
Like the
down
placement of the camera had to be perfect, and editing it together had to be a bitch. But then,
6-figure scene.
now
easily.
that you could put a trademark on that alone, those 7 seconds
Yep.
of time, that
NFT
Oh yeah.
for sure.
for sure.
Oh my god, you get the original. You get the original edit of the Matrix scene.
You made an effect.
Wachowski.
literally.
The Wachowski sisters, shout out to them.
Shout out to them because
Geniuses.
Those are
Boy.
directors. The directors who think outside. You have to say to yourself. You have to talk to your cinematographer, your VFX people. What the fuck are we gonna do?
You gotta be like, I want to do this. How do we do it?
right.
And then we're like, let's use this camera, and let's do this, and let's do this, and it has to come together. Then you try it, and it doesn't work, and then you do it again, and then you just hope that it fucking works when you
And then
Exactly.
boom, the most iconic action.
Because you think about Scary Movie, Matrix,
Mm-hmm.
fucking Sierra, Matrix,
Again, The Simpsons.
Simpsons,
They do that shit all the time.
So just slow motion shit.
slow
in
motion,
general.
anything where it's like
Even the effects of like this, like stopping the bullet,
Yes.
like that.
what was that?
Umbrella Academy.
No,
Wanted.
yes,
I just watched Wanted the other day.
Curving the bullet,
curving the bullet, but it was like a
Matrix shot.
Matrix
like following
shot.
the bullet.
With
and-
the sound, with the air displacement behind it.
League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
absolutely.
Absolutely.
They have the
Which
rounded
relates
shot.
to Sean Connery, because he passed on being Morpheus, and he passed on being the architect. Passed on both roles,
They were like, "We want you in
and
this motherfucker."
then Sean Connery was like, "Oh fuck," and he was like, "I need to be in a cool superhero sci-fi type movie," and he chose to be in League of the Extraordinary Gentlemen. And
Which I love that movie, but
I
it's not
but
the
it's
love
like
Matrix.
there's nowhere near the Matrix.
It's
No.
not- I would watch that movie. All of it's not the Matrix.
It's not the
dude.
Matrix, but it's a great.
The
It's
Johnny
cool.
Depp looking ass nigga. I just found out the other day that it's not Johnny Depp. All of these
How do you
years,
not know that
for
was
years?
But I
like,
get
oh,
it though.
yeah. I
I
was like,
get
for
it
years, I was
because
like,
of
oh,
the
Johnny Depp.
mustache and the
He had
beard
the,
goatee.
everything about him was like they were like, find me a dude who gives me Johnny Depp vibe, and
Yeah.
then we're gonna
Yeah,
put
yeah,
him. in
Johnny
that
Depp
movie.
is so popular.
Yeah.
Like, give me somebody that looks like him.
Right. at
Somebody
least.
who even speaks like him. The dude had the Johnny Depp like tone and cadence and everything. Fareway. And it's like, shut up, bitch. I thought he was
Dorian
Johnny
Gray?
Depp. Yeah, I literally just found out like 2 weeks. I was like, that's not Johnny Depp? Like, what?
Oh my gosh.
What's your next pick, Manda?
Okay, so
Because that was
did
Oscar.
Drama. That was Oscar nominee. I'm gonna do my horror comedy.
What did you just choose? I just forgot. Because we were talking
Sleepy Hollow.
Sleepy
Hollow.
Hollow for
nominee,
Oscar nominee.
Oh, because we were talking about visual effects. Why did we start?
Best production
Because of aesthetic of Sleepy Hollow.
Yeah.
and Tim Burton.
I just fucking got a weird feeling.
Freud.
Okay, horror comedy. I'm gonna go. The Rage, Carrie 2.
Oh, fuck. Really?
Yeah,
You said what?
The Rage, Carrie 2, like
Carrie
Carrie number
2?
2.
There's a Carrie too?
The sequel, it's like the sequel, yeah.
The sequel of it. And because I think because I'm most connected to that
That's
movie.
just like the one you've
fucking
seen.
watch that shit. What?
I've watched that movie
Really?
so many times.
Is her name Carrie?
Yeah, I think so.
It has to be.
They're like, because it's like a lineage. Like she's a part of the lineage.
Oh.
So she had the like telekinetic
She's like
power.
Firestarter. She's like, you got this passed down to you from somebody.
Yes. And then she's
Carrie
in high
2.
school.
I would have never guessed that would be talked about on this episode.
Ever.
Like we would ever bring that
You
movie.
just told me that a new movie existed. I was like, what are you talking
Because-
about?
It was very hard. That's what I'm saying. It was very hard because I had like top comedy and then like top like horror movies.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, the way
I would have thought you would have took the Blair Witch. That terrified everybody at our age.
oh yeah, that's
But
true.
you went for you though.
Yeah,
I went
you
for
did.
me.
That's
I did,
fine.
I did
yeah.
one for me.
I respect it.
Yeah.
I'm going for me in this one. But you're next.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm next. I'm gonna do
I
my
f-
Oscar nominee. I guess I have to. I like saving the wild card to the end.
Yeah, me too.
Wow.
Because like I get to do any movie,
Right.
which I already know what I'm gonna choose.
But there's so many movies
We
for
could have done like
1999.
yeah, we could have done 2 for each category.
Yeah, easy. We could have did 2 rounds, maybe 3.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, all them shits is gone.
Oscar nominee,
Yeah,
but it doesn't have to be best picture. It could be like
anything.
yeah,
Anything that was Oscar nominated.
for best screenplay,
So,
best actress, actor, supporting, visual effects, costume.
You have to do Tarzan. It was nominated for
Really?
best original. I'm gonna look up the Oscar nominees from '99. These are just a couple of from the
There's-
Oh yeah, look up 2000 Oscars
nominees. Okay.
because yeah,
Tarzan is good though.
because I feel like there's a movie out there that I want to pick, but I also feel like it's something Rob would pick, and I'm gonna feel bad if I get it. I literally almost will feel bad if I draft it and Rob doesn't.
Oh, you did your comedy? You did your comedy?
I haven't yet. No horror.
Or horror?
I still have my horror and Wildcard.
Okay.
I have to do my back to back after Rob, and then once I go back to back, Rob goes, and then you get the last pick. So we're almost done.
Yeah.
The kids can wait. Fuck them kids.
Fuck them kids. Fuck the kids.
Damn, the horror comedy.
Horror comedy is hard.
We could have split that.
We could have.
Because there's like a few that I could be like.
I really do love that movie, Election. It's a slept-on movie.
Yes, that is with Reese Witherspoon.
Mm-hmm. It's a super slept
With
movie.
and Anthony, what's his name? Andrew Broderick.
Matthew Broderick.
Matthew
Broderick.
Mm-hmm.
Matthew Broderick. Yes, that's a super slept on movie. I was gonna mention that in our college episodes.
Mm-hmm. Had to. I'm gonna have to do being John Malkovich.
That was the one I was talking about.
I got to.
I knew he was gonna.
I saw it and I was like, I'm gonna look around a little bit, but I got to, man.
Oh my
I got
God.
to.
I knew he was gonna take it. I knew it because
I
that
got
was what I
to.
was talking about. If I had taken it, I knew Rob would be like, "Fuck."
Yep.
Because we only got a little bit on this list from the notes, so I was like, let me go actually look.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, being John Malkovich.
Got to.
I'm glad somebody drafted it because goddamn, is that movie so funny and original?
It's weird.
It's original. I don't know. It's just like I feel like it's underrated, but it's good to stay like in its like cult following.
Yeah.
I
Great
guess.
John
Yeah.
Cusack movie.
Mm-hmm. I love him in that movie. And Cameron Diaz is super hot. She's like supposed to be like nerdy and like not hot, but she's still just, I think her doing that is hot.
Did you see Any Given Sunday?
Yeah, when she showed up on that red phone, I was like, you are a bad D.
When she would walk through the locker room and they'd be like, damn, damn.
Yeah.
They'd be all whispering and shit. And then Jamie Foxx is the one that hollered at her for real.
Damn.
I feel like she's one of those in-person people. You're like you're even more beautiful.
Yeah.
But you know what's funny is my dad hates Cameron Diaz.
A lot of people don't think she's pretty.
Like, absolutely.
How?
Like,
Her mouth is big.
Like, I'm not a fan of blondes. Like, that's not my type. But like, Cameron Diaz?
I don't.
Cameron Diaz is like,
Like, are you kidding me?
she been consistent
Mm-hmm.
until she was like,
She
all
looks
right, I'm
exactly from the sex tape movie, from the Mask to the sex tape movie. She looks exactly. I think she's half Mexican, ain't she?
Is she?
done. That's where she gets Diaz from.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, but fucking being John Malkovich.
She's from L.A.
Being John Malkovich.
So, L.A.
What's that? Remember the painting? There was somebody had a painting of somebody made a mural of Kobe, and they had him doing this, but this part of his arm was like way too fucking long. All right.
I get
Horror
back to back.
comedy,
Go.
Nate.
So, in my horror comedy, I think I'm gonna go with a comedy. I'm gonna choose Office Space.
Nice.
I thought you would go Big Daddy.
Nah,
When you talking about iconic,
I mean, but Big Daddy is for me.
Is
For
it for
you.
you?
But like, Office
Iconic
Space.
of Office Space, yeah, for sure. That was a good one.
if you work,
No,
if you ever have the job of sitting at a desk, you'll be like, holy shit,
What?
this
Like-
is
I'm
real.
burning this
You're
bitch
like,
down.
this
Like-
is a real movie.
like watching. Well, this is all 90, which is crazy. There's some movies we haven't touched that are really popular, but I'm gonna just So in 1999, if you watch these 3 movies, you definitely quit your job. If you watch Office Space,
Yes.
if you watch The Matrix,
Yes.
and if you watch Fight Club,
Yes.
Yeah.
you're probably gonna kill yourself
Yep.
if you watch the 3 of those movies back to back. Because watching The Matrix, Office Space, and Fight Club, nothing matters.
If you became a millionaire in that time frame, you watch those 3 movies. You're like, man, fuck my job. I'm about to go invest in
Yeah.
myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck this.
So yeah, I'm gonna go with Office Space for my
Nice.
horror comedy. I wish Mike Judge made more movies, but he gave us Beavis and Butthead,
Mm-hmm.
and Office Space is just so. It's timeless. It's
great.
honestly timeless.
Yeah,
with like
it's
corporate
great.
America.
And I think that's why you like The Office so much too.
Because it's like
It's like an extended.
Office
version.
Space of like it being funny and relatable.
Yeah.
And like I don't know. It's cool.
But you feel you see yourself in that position too. Like, man,
You're like,
fuck
it's
this
so
job.
realistic. And so, yeah. And then my wild card. This one's the hardest for me, if I'm being honest.
I mean, because every other movie and
It's
horror
every
comedy,
other movie.
I was like, okay, Idle Hands, loved it,
Mhm.
Need It, Blue Streak, Big Daddy, Bowfinger,
I almost want to choose 2 wild cards.
House on Haunted Hill.
No.
So
But go ahead.
I'm just going to do it for my wild card. My last pick,
Yeah.
I'm choosing Ghost Dog.
Okay.
The Way of the Samurai.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Ghost Dog, The Way of
Okay.
the Samurai, directed by Jim Jarmusch. Came out in 1999, starring Forrest Whitaker.
Right.
One of
Come on, Ghost Dog.
Ghost Dog
Let's go.
is so good. People don't even understand. Like, the cinematographer was Robbie Mueller. He's one of the best, my favorite cinematographers of all time, because I love the way he shoots night scenes.
Mm-hmm.
And like shooting night scenes on film, especially in 99,
Right.
it's like, and you're shooting Forrest Whitaker. It's like, because of the color of his skin and how hard that is to just shoot people with dark skin.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not that hard for cops. That was a good one. Don't say
Oh, I'm so sorry. I wasn't even. What happened? I mean, say the joke again. Say the joke again.
because of how hard it is to shoot people at night with dark skin. And I said, it's not that hard for cops.
It's a good joke.
That was a good one.
It's a good one. It's about cops, not black people. That's what makes it funny.
But
That should have been in your stand-up. You did have a cop one, I think, in there. No.
No, it was about black people.
Oh, yeah.
And how when they're good at a sport, they take over the sport.
Yeah.
And I was like, you guys are appropriating our culture. That was my joke. That's so good.
I'm pretty sure, I was like, I think that's really done.
What's it called? Ghost Dog, Robbie Mueller. Great cinematography. Because in like back then, you would think that at nighttime, like there has to be a million lights on.
Mm-hmm.
But like it looks like how night would actually look, and it's just so perfectly shot. And it's a samurai movie, Menda, in New York City, and he lives like it's so. Oh my god, I love samurai because I watch.
It was filmed in New Jersey though.
But like it's so good, Menda. I have like Ghost Dog was one of the first like not popular movies I've ever seen, where it's just like, damn, not a lot of people know about this, because I literally have it on DVD, like out there on the hallway, and I love Ghost Dog. I had to pick it. I was stuck between this and Bringing Out the Dead with Nicolas Cage, the Martin Scorsese movie.
So many good things in '99, man.
All right, next pick.
Okay.
Menda, Rob.
Yeah, 420.
Rob is your last pick. Wildcard.
Wildcard, Bowfinger.
Knew it.
Knew
it.
Something else, but I was like, no, it's Bowfinger.
It has to be Bowfinger.
I was going to pick The Haunting.
Okay.
Because when
Another
the fucking
top
piano,
one?
I always remember when the piano string, when the ghost tightened the string, it was like, bing, and it sliced her eyeball, and they put a shot glass on her eye. And I always used to wonder, I was like, why are you filling up the cup with blood? I had no idea what was happening, but
damn.
Why are you filling it up?
That's the only thing I could think of. I was like, are you gonna drink that? Like
Bowfinger. Steve Martin.
Ooh. When fucking Eddie Murphy does that.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
And his brother was actually fucking the most famous megastar in the world. He was like, yes, my twin brother. He was like, what?
And what's your last pick, man? A wild card.
Okay, wild card. This is hard as fuck.
Right?
But
damn, in 2014 when we did the draft, I was upset that there was no Scorsese movie. And now in 99 there is a Scorsese movie and I still didn't pick it.
So many. Okay.
99.
99.
You got it. What is your heart leading you to, Amanda?
My heart is leading me to 10 Things I Hate About You.
Damn.
I almost did that just to piss you off. I almost took it just to piss you off because I do love that movie.
10 Things I Hate About You.
10 Things I Hate About You.
That's a school movie.
Talk about Menda, a Menda movie.
Yeah.
When she told me, when she described her high school to me, I used to always ask her, I was like, was your high school like the high school from the movies? And she used to be like, what are you talking about? I was like from like...
You would think,
all things
when I think, because obviously I didn't go to school with Menda, but when I just think about Menda in high school, I think about like early 2000s movies.
Yeah,
it's just
even though she was in third grade.
Right. I kept the same energy.
Yeah.
The whole time. 10 Things I Hate About You. I was
like, you can go outside in your school? What?
Just a great movie. Great.
It is iconic. It's like
Julia Stiles, Heath Ledger,
Joseph Gordon-Levitt, early Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Early.
David Krumholtz.
God,
I just watched Project Power.
Gabrielle Union.
Yeah, she was in it.
Mm-hmm. Damn. Yeah, that's a
It's
solid pick.
Yeah. So
now run through everybody's picks and then we'll wrap it up.
Nate, drama, Eyes Wide Shut, comedy, Office Space, Blockbuster, The Matrix, Oscar nominee, Magnolia, Wildcard, Ghost Dog.
Hell yeah.
Amanda, drama, Boys Don't Cry. Amanda, horror, The Rage, Carrie 2.
Carrie 2.
Blockbuster, Star Wars Phantom Menace,
Damn.
Oscar nominee, Sleepy Hollow, The Wildcard, 10 Things I Hate About You.
Mendo, you low-key have a list.
Yeah, that was fire. Rob, The Green Mile for drama, Life for comedy, The Mummy for blockbuster, Being John Malkovich for Oscar nominee, and Bowfinger for Wildcard.
That's a good.
Rob
That's a
low-key
good.
has
one.
And my
best.
shit got the
That
fire.
was good. That was
That
good.
shit got the fire. Like, damn, I'm about to go home and watch all 5 of
Yeah.
them joints,
That's
yo.
Those are all fire. I didn't do it for last time, but I'll make a graphic for this one because I got 2 weeks to do it. But this one I want to see the results of because I feel like the people who like follow us on Instagram will be like, oh, 1999.
Yeah.
Everybody has seen a movie from 1999.
Right. Also, honorable mention.
No one has picked.
Stigmata, Drive Me Crazy, Lake Placid,
Yeah.
Flight.
I'm glad you.
Fight
I wanted
Club.
somebody to go
No
through the
one
list of
has
stuff
picked
that come
Fight
out.
Club,
No,
We
Fight
had
Club.
to avoid that.
which is crazy.
because it's just
It's-
always there. It's there.
It's like Drake.
Yeah.
You're just
Drake is Fight Club, and then She's All That, Deep Blue Sea,
All for a
Boondock
high school
Saints,
jock named Brock with my man. Click on the beatbox. Sorry.
Dogma, the Kevin Smith movie.
Dogma, Tarzan,
Love Dogma. It's free on YouTube, by the way. You can go watch it.
with
The
Chris
Blair
Rock.
Witch Project, The Sixth Sense,
American Beauty,
American
99
Beauty,
really was a turn of the
The
century.
Virgin Suicides, the
Double Jeopardy.
the,
I
the
jumped off
Iron
to that so
Giant,
many times at the beginning.
the
of
Talented
movie.
Mr. Ripley,
Yes,
American Pie,
American Pie,
Existence,
Entrapment.
The Insider, The Boondock Saints,
Boondock Saints, man.
I
Fuck.
love it.
Wild Wild West, The Bone Collector, Go, Any Given Sunday. We talked
Any
about
Given
that
Sunday.
in the football episode. Yeah, The Hurricane with Denzel. Like Menda said, Entrapment. Catherine
Entrapment.
Zeta-Jones, her fine ass.
Under the fucking
Catherine Alpha
Under-
Zeta
The
Jones.
lasers. She deeps beneath lasers. Oh.
Oh my God.
Catherine-
99, baby,
Catherine
for the
Alpha through
2000s.
Omega. That was one of the funniest lines in Rick and Morty history. Catherine Alpha through Omega Jones.
Babe,
is
you say that
hilarious.
shit all the time.
Because you gotta understand. You gotta know why that shit is funny. It's a Greek letter, and they said Catherine Alpha through Omega Jones. From every dimension, she's Alpha through Omega.
That's smart. That's clever.
Damn, that shit was hilarious.
All right. Let's
Let's
wrap it up.
go.
Peace out, guys.
Peace.
Vote for who had the best lineup.
Yeah.
Because
We're gonna
none of
have it on
this really
Instagram.
matters.
Hey, welcome to our kids.
All right, bye.
Really